Hi guys, welcome to What Lily Likes Uncensored. I have again dragged Charlie Cannon along for the chats because in fairness he's better crack than me.
Encourage him.
I'm joking. So you have to please keep in mind that some of the things that I say are just my opinions. I do have very strong opinions on things, but I'm also okay for you to have an opposing opinion or for you to live your life in a completely different way. Live your life unapologetically. As my thing says, you do you, enjoy your life.
But yeah, fluid, though.
I am opinion fluid. I'm 100% opinion fluid. And by that I mean, the more I find out about a subject, I may change my opinion on something depending on, I'm learning all the time. Learning all the time.
Not finite.
No, not my opinion is definitely not finite. Morals, values, they're finite, but not my opinion. My opinion changes depending on growth and, understanding and learning something new and picking up something new and.
Or something you didn't think of.
Yeah.
You think of tomorrow.
I actually enjoy speaking to people that have a completely different point of view because it makes me see things from a different angle.
We all have blind spots anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, I had one when I met you.
It's good for people to open their minds as well. Listen to them.
100%. Absolutely. So anyway, this subject is touchy. It may trigger someone. It may trigger you. If it does, fuck off because I don't care about your trigger. Your triggers are your problem. I actually think
give them an opportunity to work on
I think the more triggers people have, the more unhappier they are. You have to learn to just fucking go with the flow. Anyway, the discussion today or the talks today on the pod is about mobile phones. What they're doing to us, what they're doing to society, how they're making people feel, the addictive nature of them, the dopamine, how we feel when we're around people that are constantly on their phone all the time, what it does to relationships, what it does to families, what it does to friendships, what it does during working hours. I don't know, but when I walk into a company and people are on their phones, or I'm in the gym and I watch personal trainers working with someone and they're on their phone, I'm like, that's how fucking addicted they are. So we think of addiction, right? We think of drugs, we think of alcohol, we think of food, but there's so many other things we can be addicted to. I think an addiction is anything that makes us, it's the dopamine hits, isn't it? It's the wanting more. It's the, oh my God. I know myself 100%. I use my phone way too much. I know myself that if I use my phone more than I should, I feel don't get me wrong, I don't have anxiety. I know I don't have anxiety. I have anxious moments, which is normal. Going into a meeting and having a discussion, a difficult discussion with someone, having a fallout with someone. Yes, they're anxious moments, but I wouldn't say I have anxiety because that's labeling myself, and I don't like to do that because it gives me no room for maneuvering. What was my point that I was making?
Do you feel though when you scroll a lot, just say, because you're on social media platforms and all that,
yeah,
and you've done that for an hour, do you feel like your time's been wasted when you realise how long you've done it for?
No.
No, okay.
No, I don't know. I have to say, right, okay, so I think Charlie probably thinks that I don't know what you think actually, but Charlie probably thinks that when I'm scrolling that I'm mindlessly doing something. I find a lot of places that we eat in, that we stay accommodation wise, clothing that I purchase for him and myself, ideas for our business. I find it all on social media. So a lot of the time, okay, maybe 50% of my time on social media is productive. What I do find 100%, I know this, and there's been studies shown, like this has been studied. Now, mobile phone companies obviously have found people to study and provide us with the opposite because they don't want you to stop using it, because it's beneficial. But I definitely know if I'm on my phone for too long, my brain, there's something happening. Definitely something happens to my physicality, to me as a human. I start to feel. I feel like I have too many tabs open in my brain. That I actually feel like I'm anxious
when I don't. Your brain is struggling to keep to take all this information all together all at once.
Yeah. Or even let's say I'm going to bed. We often have rules around the phone. Oh, we do, and we stick to them for a while, and then we go back and we stick to them. Same as everything else. We fall in and out of rules. They're kind of like vitamins. We take them, we don't take them. We follow the rules, we don't follow the rules, right? when I follow the rules of my mobile phone, I'm much happier. If we don't charge them in the bedroom, we don't bring them into the TV room, because if it's there, you want to touch it. And I don't care what anyone says, they're fucking addictive. Even sitting with a human, with a person, with a friend, with a human, and it's on the table at a restaurant, at a bar, it is there.
It's fear of missing out.
It's interfering in your time with that person, because you'll pick it up. You pick it up, you pick it up, you pick it up. There's a lot of people that I would go out with that don't even get it out. They leave it in their bag. Now, they might take a picture of something and then they put the mobile phone away. That's where you feel the most connected to that person, because they're completely present. I'm fully aware when I'm doing it myself. But no, I feel like if I'm on my phone for too long, I feel very disconnected to myself. I feel a little anxious. There's too many tabs open in my brain, and I don't get a restful night's sleep. If the first thing I do in the morning is pick up my phone, I feel like that sets up my day for not to be calm or not to be present. And what's that brain again? What's that brain thing again? The
reptilian brain.
So the reptilian brain, I have been told by a Reiki master that for 17 seconds in the morning, what you do and how you start your morning basically gives you the stepping stones for your day. So if you wake up and you pick up your phone, you start scrolling, then your day is going to just be filled with nervous anxiety, stress, and all the rest of it. But if you actually maybe put your phone in another room, I have suggested this to people and they say, oh my God, what about my alarm clock? Buy a fucking alarm clock. Just buy one if you can't wake up without one. Like there's solutions to all of these things. I think we make those excuses because we want to have the phone in our hand. We want to pick it up in the morning. I know I do. I want to see what's happened since I was only on there 8 hours ago, 7 hours ago. Yeah. But also if it's next to your head, I don't know if that's really healthy for you. But studies have been shown that it's linked to suicide, it's linked to anxiety, it's linked to depression, the constant using of the phone. It disconnects people. It causes arguments. It causes problems. Like I was saying to one of my girlfriends, they basically sit and they're on their phones while they're watching television. I said, if I was doing that, Charlie would have a heart attack. Don't put your fucking phone away. She goes, I can't believe that you would have arguments over that. I said, what do you guys do? They just sit on their phones. See the next time you're at a restaurant or you're in a social setting, look around. The world is being ruined by mobile phones. Was it today we were in a restaurant? And I said, look over there. And there were 3 girls and it happens every time. They're just all sitting on their phones. And we've lost the ability to...
slowly and then it kind of becomes
takes over.
Yeah. It becomes a norm then.
Yeah. It's such a crazy addiction that I think if we don't get a handle on it, it's going to cause us massive issues. Like, I feel like we've even lost the ability to walk down the street. There's people like walking into you. They're walking and they're like this, like zombies, constantly looking at their phone. They bang into you. They walk out in traffic. They stand in the middle of the road, in the middle of an intersection, a zebra crossing, and they're looking at their phone. I put it to you, unless you're in a foreign country and you're looking for directions, you don't need to pull your phone out until you get to wherever you're going to. That's how bad it is.
But isn't it mad, though, that we find an electronic device more interesting than our own race, like, as such, in occasions, you know?
So then do you think we're hiding?
Hiding?
Yeah. Are we hiding from, I don't know, why? Like when I was in Milos last year, was I in Milos last year? Yeah. I did a solo trip last year. I was in Milos. I did not bring my phone to breakfast. I brought my book. Now, I'm not saying I'm better than people. That's not what I'm doing. I had to make a conscious effort to decide to do that because I'm like, I don't want to be sitting on my phone the whole time I'm in this fucking stunning island, just sitting on my phone. So I brought my book to breakfast and I sat and I read my book. I brought my book down to the beach. I left my phone in the room in the safe. I was like, I need to make a conscious effort.
You think then a book, because it's just words on a page, let's say, and it's a linear story, rather than scrolling on a phone where there's multiple stories coming at you all at once?
I don't even think it's multiple stories.
multiple images, whatever, multiple things.
I think it's, I know what you're saying. It's multiple pieces of information, people trying to sell you things.
Yeah. So it's chaos, basically.
Your phone is full of chaos, unless you strategically are looking at something. But if you think about how quickly we react, right? So let's say you're sitting down, you're walking, you're in the gym, and you have a thought in your head. It might be about a restaurant or a dog or an actor that you've seen in a movie last night. Immediately you'll pull your phone out. You look up the dog breed. You look up who the actor is. You look up the movie. We're reacting immediately to things.
Or have you ever been in conversations when you've said something and someone says, "Oh, let's Google that to see you're right or wrong"?
Oh my God, that is so fucking annoying. So you have a conversation with someone and it's great and all the rest of it, and they pull their phone out and they want to check if you're right. I'm like, why is this actually happening? It's absolutely crazy. So I would love to know if people have rules about their phone. And we're going to maybe put a comment box on this one so that we can actually check and see. And then I can feed back the information. Because you know what's interesting? Everybody that I speak to, man, woman, doesn't matter. They all tell me the same thing. Everybody has the same opinion about phones. Everyone. Especially people from our era. Maybe, I don't know, younger people do, but everyone has the same problem. Everyone realizes that we're stuck to our phone. Everyone realizes that it's an addiction. Everyone realizes that it's disconnecting us. And yet no one's doing anything about it. So I'm curious to know, do we have rules in your household? Do you have rules for each other? Do you have rules for yourself? Do you have rules for your children? I remember a friend, or it might have been a family member, asking me what I would recommend she do with her kids in relationship. Like, how am I supposed to do this and do that with the kids? I know my sister took a very firm line with her kids. She might actually come and tell me that this didn't happen, but I think she told me this did happen. She wanted them not to have phones for as long as humanly possible. So I don't think they got phones until they went into secondary school, and which is really good. And then there was also a rule around social media. So, with Charlie's son, I 100% had rules, in the house. And I think they were amazing. He hated them at the time, but he'll tell me now that he was delighted with them. Because they made him have a little bit of, self-control. So there was no phones at the table, ever. None of us had phones at the table. They were even on silent. We didn't get up to take a call. We didn't get up to answer a text. The table was our time to talk and, to catch up on our day and all that kind of stuff, right? Also with Evan, as he was growing up as a teenager, I didn't want him to have phones in the bedroom because his teachers were saying that he was sleepy in class and stuff. And I'm like, he's checking his phone at night. So because I wanted everyone to have the same rules, we all left our phones in the kitchen, charging in the kitchen. Now, he did tell me that he came out sometimes and snuck it because he's a teenager. That's what he's going to do. But then what I started to do as well was turn the internet off at night, because you know what teenagers are like. They don't want to use their own data. Yeah. So I used to turn the internet off. But even to this day, he's 28 now, right? He's 28. If you go out with Evan Cannon, he will not take his phone out of his pocket. Not one time. His phone's in his pocket the whole entire time. So I think it created a habit that has taken him into his adulthood, which is nice, even when he's with his friends.
Respect for the other person, I think.
He actually gives you his full attention. He gives you he's present when he's with you. So, I'm going to say something that's going to be, it's going to trigger some people as well. Like, people are like, oh, how am I supposed to do that with my kids? Who pays the fucking bill for the phone? Why can't you have rules? You pay the bill. Have some rules. Create some rules. If you feel like your kids are always on their phone, turn the internet off. I think we need to start doing something, or everything's going to be ruined. Relationships are going to be ruined. I found out my father was dying on Facebook. Like, nobody, these are the crazy things that's happening now. We're using different forms of communication. It's all crazy to me. Like a Facebook post, your father has 6 weeks to live. I'm like, what the fuck is actually happening here?
Okay.
Someone said something to me recently, which I think is really interesting as well. Like, and I'm trying to do this as well. Not everyone should have 24-hour access to you. Why should anyone have 24-hour access to you? Meaning, if you get a WhatsApp at 10 o'clock at night, you don't have to read it. You also don't have to respond to it. more than likely the next day is better as well. Do you not think?
Yeah, 100%.
Because who gets WhatsApps or checks their Instagram or their Facebook or their TikTok or their fucking Twitter or whatever it is, right? And maybe it heightens an emotion in you and you can't sleep. Can you imagine? That's happening to adults, right? So imagine how your child copes with that. How does your child cope with that when you can't cope with that? So if you don't put restrictions or rules or some kind of boundaries on it, if you think about the fact that we cannot cope with how we deal with mobile phone use, how are we giving that massive responsibility to kids?
If you're teaching them, discipline is not a negative thing because we all have to be disciplined as adults. When it
But yeah, that's kind of my point. That's kind of
turn up to work every day. That's discipline, you know. But sometimes people think it's kind of discipline is negative. The army, it's not about that.
No, it's not.
It's discipline for life, you know, and not overindulging in anything per se.
Yeah,
you know.
But I do think we've gone into this type of parenting where we feel like we can't put any type of restriction or boundary, or we ask the child, can you put your phone on?
You don't want disappointment, you see. Don't want that kind of disappointment, or us to feel that we've caused disappointment.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Let's just make one rule and then see if we can cope with that. Why don't we, when we're having dinner or we're having a meal together, no phones on the table, just put them, let's just put the phones over there so we can actually talk. Even if you did it for an hour, if it's something new, I get that you have to learn it and people have to, how nice would that be just to not have that wanting to touch it or check it or that kind of, oh, my phone. Like when we're watching something, a TV show or a movie, if my phone's never next to me when we're in the TV room, but if I had it next to me, I guarantee you I'd touch it. I'd pick it up. I purposefully leave my phone. It's like, Lily, someone liked your picture. Come and see that this stranger liked your picture and leave your husband and leave the quality time that you have so you can look at a stranger. That makes you feel pretty fucking unimportant, right?
It's become an extension of our network, I suppose, isn't it?
I get that there's a million reasons and a myriad of reasons why people are so addicted to their phones, and everybody's different and every human being has a different story to tell. Like I 100% know that my mum, since losing my dad, is super lonely, and without her phone and access to social media networks, she feels alone. Yeah, and I get that. It's not all negative. And I get that some people don't have a lot of confidence and they could be walking down the street and they don't want to feel alone, so they'll get their phone out their pocket and they'll be walking with it. But you kind of have to look up from time to time so that you can see the world. Even things like meeting people, and if you walk down the street, how much are you missing? And even the eye contact and the smile and good morning and all that kind of stuff. You're not seeing anyone's face anymore. You're just seeing the tops of their head while they're constantly looking at their phone.
Electronic version of the human.
Yeah. It's like carrying a little mini computer in your pocket, and it has everything from your messages to your emails to maps to shopping to social media to WhatsApp. You have 24-hour communication with every aspect of everything.
Everything in life is a trade-off, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Like getting into a relationship is a trade-off. You trade part of your individualism to an extent when you get into a partnership, in a sense, because then that's where the compromise and coming together is.
Say more about that.
But everything in life is a trade-off, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. You're trading something off for something you're getting.
I think Charlie is probably one of the only people that I know that doesn't have any social media. Now, I do understand that generally when a girl meets a guy, or maybe the other way around, and they have no social media, people think that that's dodgy.
He's weird.
No,
he's just out of prison.
Yeah. He actually can't afford his fucking internet or something. No, I definitely think that in some cases people think it's dodgy, but I kind of admire it, and I'm a little bit jealous of it because I actually think he's happier than most people because he's not looking at everybody else's life. And I'll be like, do you want to see this? Do you want to see that? He goes, no, I'm not fucking interested at all. I have no interest in that person. I don't even know who that is. I can barely keep up with my own friends and my own life, let alone looking at strangers.
Real people are better.
You heard it here first, guys. Real people are apparently better. No, I like it. I do like
we're
it.
curious by nature. Human beings are curious, I suppose. So that's the curiosity part of it. That's why we want to keep on looking all of the time at it, picking it up all the time. So we're curious what's going on. But the curiosity has gone overdrive. That's why, when people are driving on cars and seeing accidents, they slow down and all of that type of stuff. It's curiosity.
I think it's more than curiousness. I think there's more. There's a myriad, and it's multi-layered. I think there's more than that. There's people that are being nosy. I look sometimes at social media like people peeking through the curtains. Remember back in the day when your mum used to look through the blind or peek through the curtains at the neighbours, the nosiness. I think social media is the same. You might not even like the person, but you want to know what they're doing. You want to know what they're buying. You want to know who they're with. You want to know what holidays they're on. And you go there and look at her. Who the fuck does she think she is? Look at her. Over there in fucking Greece, the cunt.
Judgment.
Yeah.
Judging.
We want to look so we can judge. There's a myriad of reasons why people are doing it. I don't think it's just a curiosity. It's not a one.
Curiosity is one banner, I suppose. Loads of things.
Yeah, there's loads of things. And as I said, I'd say nearly every single holiday since social media has become into existence, I found the hotel in Mykonos, I found it on social media. I followed a girl and she was there and I was like, oh my God, I have to go there. I get recipes from social media that I want to cook. I want to cook something or, I find so many good things on social media. So it is a balancing act because I think if you use it in the right way and you have boundaries and rules around it, it can be really beneficial to your life. I feel like if you don't have boundaries and rules around it, it can be the ruination of your life.
Yeah, but you're not going to cover all the anomalies of the usage of the mobile phone. You're only speaking about certain things about it. You're not going to cover everything. It's impossible to do that.
Yeah.
There's so many anomalies. You're just talking about the good and the bad.
So what happens then when you're in a situation where you have really good boundaries and you have rules around it and you're with someone and they don't have any of that? And you're like, do you end up not spending time with them because every time you're around them, they're on their phone or you're like, can you not put your phone away? Yeah, I definitely think you feel a little bit unimportant because you're like, I'm here and you know what? I might not be here tomorrow because life is so fucking precious and you're looking at strangers on your phone the whole entire time you're in my presence. I'm like, yeah, maybe my judgment call is I don't want to spend too much time with those people anymore. I do think I don't want to come across as being holier than thou or moralistic or have a superiority thing because I have an addiction to my phone. So because of that, I create rules around my phone. And don't get me wrong, I do pick up and I pick up those rules and I put those rules down. Sometimes I'm really, really good with the rules. I'm stringent. As I said, it's like taking vitamins. I'm good at it I'm good at it sometimes, not all the time. I take my vitamins sometimes and then I forget to take them and I'm the same with my phone. But I do know when I need to take a break and I do know when I need to create the rules and say to like, what do I say to you? I'm not going to look at my phone tonight. I'm just going to go straight to my book.
Too much
I have a better night's sleep. I'm telling you now, people that suffer with depression and anxiety, if you created more, now I'm not saying this is going to solve your problems. I'm not prescribing this. I'm not a fucking doctor. But what I am saying is if you have rules around your phone and the scrolling and the time spent and even saying to yourself, right, half an hour before bed, I'm going to turn everything off, TV, mobile phone, tablet, fucking iPad, whatever it is. I'm going to read. I'm going to do breath work. I'm going to meditate. I guarantee you that one small change will actually make such a big difference to how you feel. Even with your kids. Go back to the kids thing again for a second. If we struggle to manage this ourselves as grown fucking ass adults, how do we expect kids to manage it? That's where becoming an adult or being the adult in the picture needs to stand out and become more prevalent. You're the adult. You're the parent. You know better and you know what these phones are doing to people. So I know it's horrible to turn around and say to you, do you know how much backlash I got from Evan when I created these rules? He hated me for a minute. He wanted his phone. He wanted to sit with his phone. He wanted to respond to his phone. He wanted his phone in his room. He wanted the internet on. But I was like, no, we need family time and you need to have some rules because we're all doing it, not just you. But yeah, you do. I do think that we need to do that for kids because as I said again, and I will reiterate this point, if we are struggling with the mobile phone situation and it's a massive addiction to us, imagine their little brains. Like, kick a ball around, spend time with your siblings. Just give me your phone for an hour a day. Give me your phone. I mean, no phones at the kitchen table, no phones in the bedroom. The bedroom is where
The self-discipline kind of gives you incrementally kind of self-esteem in a sense.
Of course it
So
does.
if you
succeed,
if you were out and you had that extra drink and you're dying the next thing, oh, shouldn't have had that drink or two. But if you went reverse it and go, didn't have it and woke up and thinking, that's fantastic. Because I had discipline.
I don't know why he's using alcohol and you're relating it to phones, but sure. Or
if you have a plate of food in front of you, you don't have to eat the whole thing and you feel, oh, really feeling stuff. Where you have discipline and go,
yeah,
just enough to sustain me. I'm happy with that. It
100%.
gives you a little bit of self-esteem in a sense if you've got self-control. And that's what we're kind of looking for.
It's such a fine line because I feel like phones, they connect everything. They connect the world. They connect you to everything and everyone. But at the same time, it's a massive fucking disconnection because they're disconnecting you from what's in front of you, from your partner, from your kids, from life, from everything. I mean, look at a concert now. Imagine we were at concerts years ago and all you now see is a sea of phones. That's all you see. That's all you see, isn't it? Yeah, that's how life through a lens. That's all you see. And kids are growing up in a way where they just they don't know different. Kids are using iPads. They can take selfies at the age of like 3 years old and stuff. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
We had the different toys because we never had mobile phones.
No, and also it's actually quite funny because someone said, it might have been Sky, our social media girl, said something to me about did you not have pictures or something like that? I'm like, we didn't have the internet. I got my first mobile phone when I was 26.
We had a photo album.
We had an actual photo album. I actually remember being home in Australia and my mum was showing me an old photo album and me actually touching the pictures and trying to move it with my fingers, thinking that, and I was like, trying to make it bigger. Smaller, yeah. I think mobile phones and social media have a place, but I think that it's become problematic because it's addictive and because we want everything so quickly and everything is immediate.
It gives us
impatience. If we order something, we want it tomorrow. The dopamine hit from the likes that you're getting on social media. Oh wow, that's a big dragonfly. Yeah. I definitely think
it's definitely ruining autonomous thinking on certain levels as well.
It's making us dumb.
Because then it tells you,
absolutely making us dumb.
Or this is happening or that's happening. Kind of almost make a decision for you in a sense.
Oh my God.
Influence decisions.
Well, the AI stuff now that's come out is crazy. Like people used to come to me because I am a fucking wordsmith. I'm good at writing stuff. I like poetry and I write a good letter and I write a good letter. Job applications, I'm good with CVs. I've always been really good with that stuff, right? And now ChatGPT has taken over the fucking world. Now, don't get me wrong, I've used it myself, but I use it for things like I think the thing to do with ChatGPT, is that GPT? I think the thing that we should be doing is come up with your own story first and then let ChatGPT clean up for you. That's what I do. So I'll write something for a post for a company or a post for my podcast or something private. And I'll just be like, can you clean it up or make it funnier? But I've already done the groundwork. Like, we need our brains to be switched on.
Even down to like the streaming sites like Netflix. Now, I know it's great sometimes where the shows you watch, it keeps prompting you with those type of shows that you don't have to think about it. I really like that one because it's kind of a genre that you normally be watching.
I definitely think that there's certain aspects of our phones that's making us stupid. Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. We don't want to memorize an entire phone book, but I know his number. I know the work number. I know my mum's number. I know my sister's number, and I know it off by heart. I know that my mum's registration of her first car. I don't know why I know that. MBK166R. I was going to say your phone number, but I better not do that. It's already on the back of enough toilet doors in Dublin.
The hourly rate.
Yeah, I'm actually putting that up now. But yeah, I definitely think that we have to be very, very careful. And collectively, we can't do it in a collective fashion because we all have different opinions and we all have different rules and we all have at different triggers, and phones mean something different to each individual person. But if we had some general rules, for me, it would be, if you're at dinner with me, just leave it in your bag. Take your pictures of the food, take your pictures of us, take a few selfies in the mirror, then put it away. If you're with your partner, maybe don't get out at all. If you're watching a movie, maybe don't get it out at all.
Maybe some people are okay with that too, though. But
that's my point, though. I'm actually saying what I would prefer. Yeah. If you're, everybody needs to be okay with whatever they're doing. But I do think some rules around them, especially for your kids, because I think the kids, for me, the kid thing's quite important because I know how difficult it is for an adult. For my brain, my 53 years old, I'm smart, I'm rational, and I know what mobile phones are doing. And I know that I'm struggling with my addiction to the phone and constantly picking. So I have to make rules around it. You put it away. Don't look at your phone before bed. Read your book.
Well, think about you as a person.
And then kids don't have that. So you have to kind of help them. Don't have phones at the table. Maybe go out and play for an hour. You know, I just think it's really important for their mental health.
All your ways of thinking kind of are already set from you past that childhood stage where it's fusing and learning.
Yeah.
When
they're kids, still in that stage, and we're not really doing them any favors by not having rules. But we have rules for everything in life. Why can't we have rules around mobile phones? Yeah, as I said to you before, like everybody needs to do them and come up with what suits you, what suits your relationship dynamic, what suits your friendship circle. Maybe people are okay with everybody sitting around the table on their phone, and that's fine in certain circumstances. But it's an interesting topic. It is dumbing us down. It's making us too available all the time. It's creating arguments. I like, you have a conversation with someone and I'll check if you're right. I'm like, why can't we just talk like we used to talk? Why are we Googling that stuff? Why are we asking artificial intelligence questions? Why are we asking artificial intelligence to write an email or a letter to a friend? How is that coming from your heart if you're asking AI to do it?
We used to have conversations with people, but now we're trying to see if they're right or wrong in the conversation. You know? It's like spreadsheet stuff.
That's crazy.
Everything's on a spreadsheet.
Everything is on a spreadsheet. Anyway, I think we have said enough. So, also, oh yes, I need to say this. I do need to say this. Oh my God, I've got mossy butts everywhere. Ugh, itchy, itchy, itchy. So, years ago when I was in college, right, I remember having a conversation with my tutor. Because she's like, Lily, you're so engaging and you're so chatty and da-da-da, but when there's excessive amounts of noise, you retreat. As in, I just go really quiet. It's the only time I go quiet. Everybody's talking at the same time. And she said, I think you have an audio processing disorder, right? So I spoke to my doctor. I do have an audio processing disorder, right? So let's say I'm in a situation where the TV is on, the radio is on, and someone's speaking. I can't. My brain starts going into shutdown mode. I get stressed and I can't actually cope. Sorry, excuse me. So when I talk about people doing stuff on their mobile phone, as in if I'm sitting around with a group of people and someone's scrolling through TikTok or through Facebook and it's like constant noise all the time, I literally want to kill you. And my brain, I've got two choices. I can ask you, can you please stop doing that because it's causing my brain to shut down and I'm very stressed, or I can get up and walk away. Either circumstance makes me look quite passive aggressive, but I can't cope with that. I literally can't cope with that. I do feel air hostesses on planes, I don't know, do you call them that anymore? I don't know anymore. Should say, please, if the use of mobile phones are fine, but please use headphones. If you're in a public space, a communal space, a bus, a train, a plane, a restaurant, and you want to use your phone, by all means, knock your fucking self out. But put headphones on or I'll knock you fucking out. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're going to have dinner. It's our last night in Crete. So thank you for listening to our rants about mobile phones. I would love to put a comment box at the bottom. We'll figure that out later because we're new to this podcasting gig. I I want to know what you guys think of it. Do we all feel the same? Do you have rules? Is there boundaries? Is there expectations? Are you struggling with your kids constantly on their phone? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Anyway, we're done. Over and out.
Yeah.
Bye.